So it had to happen sooner or later. It is the monsoon, but it's been raining all day apart from like a 15-minute period when nothing I owned had any charge. So we're going to try and get this on really quickly before the charge goes on this again, because it is like 1/10 charge. So let's get on with it. Today's planting is fairly simple. I'm not actually recording it by it, just for clarity. I am recording this on the veranda, having filmed the planting. I then thought I would get my camcorder out of the rain before its antique little circuits get shorted. So today's planting is a Soursop, which is one of the American Annonas from basically the American tropics up into the very southern part of the US, although I'm not sure it's native there, but it does grow there. It's one of those fruits that I've heard described so many times that I'm sure I will like, but I've never actually eaten. But I'm very pleased to say that two I planted last year seem to be doing really well. Despite a dormancy period over our dry season, they seem to have been really taken quite well. So I'm putting in a third one because they're not huge trees, and I think I'll want to have quite a bit of this fruit. And usually, if you have multiple trees of the same type, you get slightly better fruiting, I find. So in with that, because it's a fairly toxic one, I didn't really need to put a Kalanchoe, but I put a piece of what I think is a Kalanchoe. I'm not actually sure yet. It has a long tubular white flower. I will put up pictures of that when it does actually flower. In with that, I'm also putting a Sansevieria longiflora, which I'm hoping will cross-pollinate with my already in the ground same variety of longiflora, and I will actually get seeds eventually from it, because it's really slow to propagate from cutting because it's one of the slower growing ones. But this should be a nice spot for it, and because the Annona is toxic, eventually that should hopefully protect it from its pests, whereas usually my companion plants are the other way around. This time the fruit tree is doing the protecting too. Yeah, so that should be it for tonight. This will probably be going up after midnight because it's after 11 when I finally managed to get a little bit of charge on my camcorder. So that is it. I can't do a thumbs up because I am holding things in both hands. So tune in tomorrow and it should be in daylight.